This is a preview of one of our Patreon bonus episodes. If you like what you hear, you can get access to all of our bonus episodes by supporting us on Patreon at the $1 tier. Everybody, welcome to this very special Patreon bonus episode of Spoilers Intended podcast. We are doing our first ever tier ranking for a subject that was both too controversial and also far too vast to cover in normal podcast form.
Some would say too hot for TV.
It would take
ages.
I haven't heard that phrase in a long time.
Exactly.
like if we were going to do this properly, it's almost a quarter of our full recording for a year.
Yeah, pretty much.
On that note, we're going to be going down chronological order all Star Wars movies and putting them in a tier list, S to F. So for anyone who is not familiar, S is the top tier. Then you go A, B, C, D, and of course F.
Yep.
And some people who are listening right now might have an idea of where things will end up, but we have not discussed this with each other. We've each made our own rankings, and we're going to hash it out, starting off.
And we have to agree to a general extent.
Well, there's three of us. So if we can't agree, it comes down to a vote and like majority rules, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
we all submit to this, even if there's something on here that's very upsetting. If the majority rules.
All right. So first up, Star Wars A New Hope, Episode 4, beginning of it all. What are we feeling? I gave it an A.
I'm going A.
I also gave it an A.
Hey, no controversy to start. All right.
What a boring episode.
Okay, so for the listeners, we do have to give some general reasons why.
I mean, this is the start of it all, right?
Yeah.
It's a solid story.
Yep.
It makes sense.
Hero's journey.
Has held up over time.
Yep.
Spawned multi-billion-dollar franchise. It's hard to argue against it.
It is. The special effects are still fantastic, even for the time. Like even not even looking at the special editions, we're talking the original theatrical releases.
We got original Laserdiscs.
I do upstairs.
Yeah. So turn off with the most boring episode ever. No controversy.
Well, I mean, I think everyone here can agree that the original one is definitely good, but it is not the best Star Wars movie.
Is it perfect or is it the best? Probably not, but it's still good.
Yeah, like it's still very much a 1970s camp sci-fi film that just happened to have John Williams as the composer, and you have Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher as just the tour de force,
just doing it,
main characters.
All right, well that was a little less interesting. Maybe this next choice. So episode 5.
I don't think this is going to be a hard one either.
No, episode 5, Empire Strikes Back.
S tier.
Yeah, all right.
S tier, easy.
Like this was definitely, the step in the right direction to open up the universe, right? Or galaxy, I guess.
From far away?
From
far away. Long time ago.
You add in the cool silent bounty hunters that unfortunately have some not great TV shows.
Oh no, we skipped a movie. We didn't do the Christmas special on this list.
Oh no, that is not a movie. That's
S tier Christmas special.
No, right
S tier.
F tier. Get out
all the way.
Overruled.
Yeah.
Let's put it to a vote.
But you get the ultimate, reveal at the end with Vader being Luke's father.
Huge twist, right?
I would go as far as to be like, Empire is not just an S tier like Star Wars movie; it's an S tier movie.
Oh no, it's fantastic.
The movie's great.
I mean, it got 3 releases in theaters. Like it came out and then they re-released it, and they re-released it again.
So the only thing that I would say is you can't. It's very hard to say this is like one of the best sci-fi films ever made because it is number 2 in a franchise. I don't like.
Yeah.
Because you have to have seen the first one to watch this one.
I don't know.
I guess
you'd probably have more of a clue of what's going on.
Yeah, you have some understanding.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't know if it's actually crucial. It's good.
It's still a good film.
I think you could still pick up on what's going on.
Yeah,
and also, I don't want to say it wasn't controversial because it did phenomenally. But like, what a great twist where it's kind of like the good guys do not win. Right?
Yeah,
you're used to the good guys overcoming.
That's what makes a good, compelling story.
Yeah,
and this Empire Strikes Back has one of Williams' best tracks, period.
Yeah, ever.
Asteroid Field, done.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
There's so many, like you get the line with Han and Leia, I love you, I know.
Yep.
You get the first lightsaber fight between Darth Vader and
Luke, which
like,
is fantastic.
Fantastic. Again, it's slow, it's tense, it's dark, there's steam, and that's one of my favorite lightsaber fights in the entire.
Oh, I mean, well, in Clash of Sabers by John Williams, like you just can't.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Empire
so good.
is S tier, easy.
Hands down.
Yeah. I figured. I wasn't positive we consensus the first one. I knew this one was going to be consensus. It'd be hard.
Okay. Well, so now this is the first real controversial choice I think that we're going into. Return of the Jedi.
C tier.
Ooh.
C tier.
That kind of hurts.
I'm going B tier.
Oh my. Okay, so I apparently liked this a little bit too much as a kid. I gave it A tier.
Woo! Oh wow, we are.
I could maybe go A tier.
No. I am willing to go B because I put B and then it was like C, B. Like the Ewoks are brutal.
Well, okay, so this may be because
cool.
when I watched it, I was younger than you.
I mean, I was older than him, and I loved the Ewoks. So
no.
Okay, well then never mind.
How old were you when you saw Return of the Jedi?
I don't know, like 6 or 7.
Yeah, same age.
Okay, well,
yeah.
How did you not like teddy bears?
Chewbacca
Steven
is
has a dark, cold heart.
Look. We come off Empire Strikes Back, where we establish the Empire is a threat and can win and will make things happen.
And that they will strike back.
And then suddenly,
definitive.
we immediately go to that, to a bunch of teddy bears in a forest or bonking people over the head with rocks and winning. No.
But you get one of the best space battles, hands down.
Right.
Not only that,
what a contrast.
And a great duel.
You get the
contrast.
3 plane of action, like what's happening on the ground, what's happening in space, what's happening on the Death Star. That became the template that so many other movies would use.
Oh, no.
You know,
like, I'm not arguing with that. I just don't think it's as well executed as it could have been.
No, it was definitely a toy commercial first.
Oh, 100%.
Before it was a
toy
film.
commercial.
So the biggest problem though is them going back to Tatooine.
Oh, hey, I lied. I actually wrote B, not C.
Look at this guy.
Look at this.
Controversy
I had
over. I had a C, and I apparently scratched out and decided it was a B. I can't read my own notes.
I think it's easily a B tier.
I think B is safe.
I don't. I think it's definitely
make the
one
case
of those
for
films,
it being an A.
Well, okay, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those films where it is right on the edge of being a B, and right on the edge of possibly being an A.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot as a kid just because of the space battle and the final duel with Vader and Luke, which was fantastic. And I love the kind of jokes and stuff that you get early on with Han and him like getting his vision back while they're like trying to fight and everything.
Okay,
I think it's easily more entertaining than A New Hope.
Counterpoint. We take the voiceless, lineless, cool factor bounty hunter and throw him in a pit in the first 10 minutes.
It's subversion of expectations.
Get out of here, Ryan Johnson.
Subversion.
Get out of here.
I've been subverted again.
Okay, but I will cede. I definitely can agree that it is very close to a B or A tier. I'll go down to a B.
Okay, B tier. B tier. All right.
Yeah,
you're gonna get outvoted.
I'll go down. Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I mean, I was already going to be outvoted anyways, but yeah, we would definitely go down to a B tier.
All right. We are going to move forward now in time to the prequels. It's 1999 again, and we are in line waiting for The Phantom Menace to drop. How are we feeling?
This is the first real controversial choice.
So I can tell you what I felt like before I saw it. And that was S. And I can tell you what I felt like after, and that's C.
I can tell you what I felt like before it, and that was S. And I can tell you after, it's between a D or an F for me.
Ooh. Oh no,
it's not that bad.
Okay.
I'll meet you halfway and agree on a D.
Being the youngest, that saw it in theaters.
Oh yeah,
when I was 13.
Yeah,
I gave it a B.
Oh no, Andrew's way too kind.
No. Okay, no. Hold on. I absolutely love pod racing. I thought that was one of the coolest things.
You were about to say Jar Jar Binks.
No. Jar Jar.
I don't have anything to throw, but I'll find something.
No, Jar Jar's not a good character.
I may have spent money on this tablet, but by God, it'll go to a worthy cause.
Crack over his head. Really nice.
Okay, like look, you have pod racing, which is one of the coolest concepts that they've ever had.
This is pod racing.
Don't hate the actor for the lines.
Don't hate the actor.
But to the tier list, the dialogue is terrible.
It is.
Are you an angel?
Dialogue F tier.
They made a child say that. Like, come on. That's borderline child abuse.
No, hold on.
It is child abuse. I'll take a stand on this.
You get one of the best Star Wars duels and Star Wars duel music.
True.
Period.
Darth Maul should have lived.
Darth Maul absolutely should have lived.
That's the only reason I would take it from an F up to a D is because of Duel of the Fates and the, Darth Maul lightsaber fight. I don't like anything else about it.
That's why
the
I got it
Gungan
out
City's
up to a
stupid.
C.
The Gungans are dumb. Jar Jar Binks makes me want to jump off a cliff. Like, Anakin as a child is the worst actor in the world. He's terrible.
No, hold on. Whoa, stop. We're not hating on the kid. The kid did what he could. He had George Lucas directing him
should not
with
have
some
cast
terrible
a kid
dialogue.
that didn't know what he was doing.
Should have had not a blank check going into these films.
100%. That's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah.
That's a different problem.
The
but it shows
movie
up here.
itself, it's got to be D tier.
I'm willing to vote on a C. Pod racing still happened and it was cool.
Pod racing.
We have a really good lightsaber fight.
They came out with the 3D version of it, and I know you don't like 3D films.
That's F tier.
No, the 3D version of the pod race, just the pod race, was cool.
You know what the 3D version of the pod race gives me? A headache.
Got him. I haven't seen it.
You guys are just so old.
I haven't seen
I'm
either.
very old.
I hate
My back hurts
movies.
most of the time.
I'm mad about it.
I'm mad about everything.
All right, we got to vote on this.
I mean, I want it to be a D.
I don't.
You're gonna have to vote against me to get it out of D.
No,
C. Raising the hand for
That's
a C.
I say D, and I go down swinging. And D.
It's okay. It's okay. Put the C.
C. Phantom Menace is at C,
and we're moving forward
to the
Episode
clones.
2, Attack of the Clones.
The clones. D all day.
F.
But that's the thing is, it is probably borderline D or F.
It's real close. The problem is there's other things on this list.
Sure. No. Yeah.
That are worse.
Definitely
They're
worse.
definitely worse. Look, I'll give the prequels this. They at least had a cohesive story.
They did. No.
They had a cohesive story. And
again, though, we're not looking at overall arcs. We're looking at each movie on its own merits.
But it helps this movie that it's a cohesive arc.
The acting between Ian McGregor and Hayden Christensen is good.
Mm-hmm.
Hayden Christensen's lines are bad.
Terrible.
Oh, yes. Agreed.
But their chemistry is very good.
Man, I mean, Anakin just basically part Stockholm, part stalker, part creepy, whatever.
Well, we're not even talking about that. Like, that's already in the D tier realm. But I remember in the theater when Yoda walked out and grabbed his lightsaber and twirled it out with the Force, the theater lost their mind.
See, that's my least. In the theater, I was like, no. And he starts doing the worst CG backflips ever. And I'm in the going, no.
No, the Yoda lightsaber fight was pretty brutal.
No, but
the moment of him like having it is like, this is one of those emotional connections.
And then you're like, oh no.
This is why Star Wars speaks to so many people. But what we got from it
and then what it
good.
said when it spoke to people was
and we're definitely not going to talk about the 3PO and R2D2 romp through the factory.
Oh, where he loses his head. I actually forgot that happened until it was spliced into a YouTube video.
You're welcome.
That Lauren and I were watching, where it was the worst moments in Star Wars or something like that. And that happened, and Lauren's like, I don't remember that. Was that actually in the movie?
I had scrubbed it from my mind, apparently. Now it's all coming back.
Clips of the dialogue, Lauren will just be like, is that, wait, they dubbed this, right? No, that's the actual dialogue.
No,
really?
This happened, yeah.
D tier.
Yeah, definitely D.
Ryan's just going to
I would want it to be on F, but okay, D.
Okay, so now we have to move to Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. This is difficult.
I don't think this is difficult at all.
I would go
think
C.
This could be I gave it a B.
I gave it an A. It is definitely the best of the prequels.
Absolutely.
100% I don't
agree. It is better than all 3 sequel films.
I don't agree with that.
Ooh, we're going to get there, but I'm not prepared to say that it is, or let me rephrase it. I am prepared to say that it is definitely not worse than at least one of them.
Yeah.
It is better than at least 2.
Absolutely.
It's better than at least 1.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No.
Get ready, boys and girls. It's going to be on all.
Thanks for listening to this preview of one of our Patreon bonus episodes. If you like what you heard, you can hear the rest of this episode and get access to all of our other bonus episodes for just $1. Go to patreon.com/spoilers intended podcast.